7 Common Mistakes for Chinese Non-U.S. Persons, W-8 Status. The following section outlines the 7 most common mistakes made by Chinese nationals holding W-8 status in relation to U.S. financial accounts. Understanding these pitfalls is crucial for protecting assets, ensuring compliance, and avoiding unnecessary complications with U.S. financial institutions and regulations. Mistake number 1: failure to complete transfer on death (TOD) forms. Many Chinese non-U.S. persons with W-8 status neglect to complete a transfer on death (TOD) form, which designates a beneficiary for their U.S. financial accounts. This responsibility falls on the account owner, not the financial institution. Often, individuals assume the bank will handle this, but account executives rarely offer this service due to a lack of financial incentive and no legal requirement for them to do so. Mistake number 1: failure to complete transfer on death (TOD) forms. If a W-8 account holder passes away in the U.S. without a TOD on file, the account may be deemed abandoned and transferred to the state controller under escheatment laws. Additionally, many individuals fail to inform family members in mainland China about these assets, resulting in a lack of outreach to claim them. The U.S. government and states can legally seize W-8 owners' assets through civil asset forfeiture, and the burden of proof lies with the W-8 account owner and their heirs to reclaim these assets. Mistake number 2: W-8 form compliance issues. After opening U.S. accounts, many Chinese non-U.S. persons become non-compliant with Form W-8 due to its requirement for periodic renewal. The account owner is responsible for keeping this paperwork current, not the financial institution. Mistakenly believing the bank will manage this process can result in accounts being frozen and assets forfeited. Mistake number 2: W-8 form compliance issues. It is essential for the account holder to ensure their W-8 paperwork is accurate and up to date. Advisors and account executives typically do not oversee this task, as there is no financial incentive to do so. Non-compliance can lead to complicated and challenging asset recovery processes if civil forfeiture occurs. Mistake number 3: outdated customer identification information. Under the USA Patriot Act's Customer Identification Program, CIP, financial institutions are required to verify and periodically update the identities of non-U.S. customers, including those with W-8 status. Required information includes name, address, date of birth, and passport number. Failing to keep this information current can result in accounts being red flagged. Mistake number 3: outdated customer identification information. For instance, Chinese nationals who return to China after studying in the U.S. may forget to update their legal U.S. address. Mail sent to outdated addresses is marked undeliverable, triggering compliance red flags. It is the account holder's responsibility to update legal and email addresses with their U.S. bank. Banks do not automatically manage these updates. Mistake number 4: misunderstanding FDIC insurance limits. Many Chinese non-U.S. persons with W-8 status may not realize that FDIC insurance covers only up to $250,000 per depositor, per insured bank, specifically for certificates of deposit, CDS. While smaller banks might offer attractive teaser rates, consolidating funds in a single institution poses significant risks. Unlike large money center banks that offer open architecture platforms, smaller regional banks typically offer only proprietary FDIC-insured CDS through closed architecture platforms. An open architecture platform allows banks to offer both in-house products and those from competitors. Mistake number 4: misunderstanding FDIC insurance limits. For example, if a W-8 investor deposits $10 million into a single proprietary CD at a small regional bank, only $250,000 of that amount is insured. Should the bank fail, the remaining $9,750,000 would be at risk of being lost. Therefore, it is wise to diversify the investment of that $10 million by spreading it across 40 different banks' names, to purchase CD from banks that offer open architecture product platforms. Mistake number 5: failure to execute power of attorney, POA. Many Chinese non-U.S. persons mistakenly believe their financial institution will manage a power of attorney, POA, for their accounts. However, it is the account owner's job to execute and maintain a valid POA. Account executives generally do not offer this service due to its time-consuming nature and lack of financial incentive. Mistake number 5, failure to execute power of attorney, POA. If a W-8 account owner becomes incapacitated in the US without a POA on file, their family cannot access US funds for medical expenses. The money may eventually be deemed abandoned by financial institutions. Mistake number 6, lack of fiduciary protection. Many Chinese non-US persons with W-8 status mistakenly believe that the US government will act in their best interests. However, US politicians prioritize their voters, and W-8 holders do not have voting rights. To make matter worse, many of these individuals also fail to establish a clear fiduciary relationship with their financial institutions or account executive. Without this legal fiduciary protection, account owners face significant disadvantages, resulting in a lack of protection. Mistake number 6, lack of fiduciary protection. Demanding fiduciary protection for your account executive is highly advantageous. This higher standard fosters greater accountability in the management of your accounts. Conversely, if you choose not to insist on fiduciary protection, you may be at a disadvantage. Without this legal safeguard, your account executive's level of responsibility diminishes, potentially jeopardizing your financial interests. Mistake number 6, lack of fiduciary protection. To highlight the importance of fiduciary protection, consider this example. If a W-8 investor deposits $10 million into a proprietary certificate of deposit, CD, at Silicon Valley Bank and the bank subsequently fails, only $250,000 of that deposit is insured. As a result, a significant $9.75 million remains unprotected. Mistake number 6, lack of fiduciary protection. Should the account owner later seek to recover this loss through the US court system by alleging negligence against both the account executive and the bank, it becomes crucial to establish whether a fiduciary relationship existed at the time of sale, the $10 million investment in one proprietary CD. If no fiduciary relationship was present at the point of sale, the account owner has no legal standing, and the court will dismiss the case. Ultimately, the decision to demand fiduciary protection lies with you. Number 7, misalignment of trust documentation. W-8 account owners often face challenges in aligning their trust documentation with their US account arrangements. Discrepancies between the titles of trust documents and financial accounts can result in confusion and potentially lead to legal or financial complications. Number 7, misalignment of trust documentation. Additionally, having a US legal trust document does not automatically ensure its enforceability with US accounts unless the documentation is properly synchronized. Therefore, effective communication between the US lawyer and the account executive is crucial to ensure that the terms of the trust are accurately reflected in the account setup. Data source, mistake number 1, failure to complete transfer on death, TOD, forms. Data source, mistake number 1, failure to complete transfer on death, TOD, forms. Data source, mistake number 2, W-8 form compliance issues. Data source, mistake number 2, W-8 form compliance issues. Data source, mistake number 3, outdated customer identification information. Data source, mistake number 3, outdated customer identification information. Data source, mistake number 4, misunderstanding FDIC insurance limits. Data source, mistake number 4, misunderstanding FDIC insurance limits. Data source, mistake number 5, failure to execute power of attorney, POA. Data source, mistake number 6, lack of fiduciary relationship. Data source, mistake number 7, misalignment of trust documentation. W-8 Tax Haven is a New York City-based family office. With our W-8 like-minded family offices to win together through collaboration. Collaboration to stop Asian hate and more. Contact at w8taxhaven.com. https://w8taxhaven.com